If You Could Go to Antarctica by Faye Robinson. Subscribe and check out our channel where we have more books, toys, crafts, and more. If you could go to Antarctica, you'd probably leave from the tip of South America. You would travel for days in a boat over rough, stormy seas. Antarctica is a huge continent at the South Pole. If you could go to Antarctica, you'd have to be ready for cold, cold weather. It almost never gets warmer than 32 degrees Fahrenheit. In your thickest winter coat, you'd probably still shiver. Antarctica is the coldest place on Earth. If you could go to Antarctica, you would find snow and ice that almost never melt. On the shore, near the sea, the wind can blow 50 miles per hour for weeks at a time. If you could go to Antarctica, you might see chunks of snowy ice breaking off, falling into the sea. These floating shapes are called icebergs. They crash like thunder as they split from the ice shelf. If you could go to Antarctica, you might see penguins. Penguins gather in huge groups to lay their eggs and raise their chicks. The average emperor penguin is 47 inches tall. That's as tall as most 5-year-olds. If you could go to Antarctica, you would see that penguins don't fly. They zoom through the water as fast as cars. Thick layers of oily feathers keep the cold water away. Penguins slide across the ice on their bellies. If you could go to Antarctica, you might see seals. Seals live in the ice-cold waters. A thick layer of fat called blubber keeps them warm. Seals come to land or solid ice to have their pups. Mothers must teach their pups to swim. Seals have large eyes that allow them to see above and below the water. If you could go to Antarctica, you might see whales lunging up from the water. Many whales visit the Antarctic in the summer. Humpback whales are huge but acrobatic animals. They can be 50 feet long as a tractor trailer, but they can throw their bodies completely out of the water. If you could go to Antarctica, you might not see any plants. Most plants can't grow in the snow. In some places along the coast where the snow melts, green mats of moss and grass sprout from the rocks. If you could go to Antarctica, you might see scientists at work. They are the only people in Antarctica. They are studying the unusual plants, animals, and weather. No one lived in Antarctica until 1898. If you could go to Antarctica, you would see icebergs as big as forests, white fields of snow, and huge waves crashing into sheets of ice. Antarctica is the perfect home for a few amazing plants and animals. Would you visit if you could?